okay, I'm gonna propose this to you. Becky Hammond
Yes.
sat on the San Antonio Spurs as an assistant head coach under Greg Popovich for 5-6 years?
Yeah.
Right? She should have. Do you think she should have been afforded the opportunity to coach the Brooklyn Nets
Absolutely.
or any team for that by that far?
She has, like D said, she has the experience.
She has the experience.
And she was a former player
She was a former player
herself.
Right.
So she's cut out. I think the players, I shouldn't say I think, the players in San Antonio respected her. So I don't think her being a female would be an issue.
I think you're going to still run into that ego. Up until this point, hypothetically, they haven't been coached or been told to do anything by women other than mom. And now this woman is going to step on the court and say, yo, I need you to do this, I need you to do this. Now, do I think she deserves the opportunity? Yes. 100% I believe she deserves the opportunity based on my own philosophy of experience over newness.
But there has to be some level of respect
because she's a coach.
If Popovich felt it necessary to pass over other males to hire her.
Yes,
she
so
was.
she's
She
respected
wasn't.
by her peers.
She is. She is.
So I think they'll give her the same respect. The players will give her the same respect.
I pray to God.
I just feel like some women are in positions now where they should be able to coach in a major league sport. So, what do you think the issues are?
I think it all circles back to kind of what Dee was saying, the respect factor. Can these men really respect a woman to, gather the troops and where they go to war for a woman?
Right.
That's probably.
I think they'll go to war. I'm just worried about, again, and we all know the dynamics of the multi-million-dollar a year earning player and the coach. But that coach is a male coach.
Right.
And we know as men, we have that testosterone, that ego, that, especially a star. I'm the star of this team. You telling me what to do? So now you as a woman, not you today, because I think you're looking rather manly right now, but as opposed to normally how you normally do. You know what I'm saying? So, but you as a player, as a coach, you gotta rein this in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have that respect for your players to get your message across and not come across, because these people might be like, oh, it's, of course, the players gonna be like, yo, she's emotional, she's this, she's that. They're gonna take anything they can do to kind of bring this woman down a peg or two. You know what I'm saying? So,
But hold on, how is that different from a man who never played the sport coaching?
So he talked about basketball, and if we're gonna give a woman an opportunity, that might sound sexist. I think they should have opportunity. Coach basketball, coach baseball. But at no time do I want to see them on the sidelines.
Why is that?
They never strapped up.
Well,
I love the lingerie league.
yeah,
God bless the
but
lingerie
but
league.
you
know what I'm saying?
can't
But
you
if
can't
ain't
say
never-
that though.
If you ain't never strap up, you can't coach professional football players.
Yeah, but there's coaches in the NFL that haven't strapped up and they have these jobs.
You can't
That's
just
a hiccup. That's a hiccup because there are not many coaches in the NFL that has never strapped up on some level or another. You might have one or two. There are 32 teams out right now. 32 teams in the NFL right now.
Right.
I could possibly say you're probably talking about less than 1% of those 32 head coaches have never strapped up.
But you can't be just a student of the game.
You could be a
and be
student.
a head coach.
You gotta have a love for the game. And I think if a woman has a love for the game, she should have the same opportunity as a person who actually played the game.
And the game is changing. It's all not.
It's no longer why we gotta go see the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders or the Las Vegas Raiders cheerleaders. Now they want to be, hey, you know what? I want to be recognized as the offensive coordinator or assistant offensive coordinator, if possible, because I've studied the game. You know what I'm saying? I can say for Becky Hammond, you know what I'm saying? I know she studied the game, she played the game, and she's been around the male athlete. You know,
I have no problem. What's that? I think Candace Parker.
Yeah,
Candace Parker. You know,
another fantastic.
She was a fantastic
candidate
athlete
to be a coach.
Yes,
in the NBA.
Yes,
basketball mind.
Basketball mind.
I love that, but when it comes to football, I don't think so.
And
There's 52 egos on that roster.
Hey, listen,
you have to manage three different aspects of the game that you have to manage. And I'm not saying that they're not capable. A woman is capable of doing anything a man can do, and probably better because they're more analytical in their approach to things.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ain't strap up, if you ain't hit the field ever in your life, if you ain't never got a snot bubble, no, you can't coach. You can't coach. How are you going to look at that player who's laid out, who just took a lick, who's laid out on the turf, and come up to him and talk that man out of being injured to being hurt, and get that man back on the field if you don't have any first-hand knowledge of the difference between hurt and injured?
Well, that's what they got the medical staff for.
Nah,
you know what? And you know who's usually on the medical staff? Women.
Your players, they play for their coach.
Right.
They play hard for their coach, and that's because there's some type of empathy. There's some kind of that's my dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He knows what it is to be here.
Right.
He knows what it is, what I'm doing.
Would you follow a woman head coach in the NBA or the NFL?
Absolutely.
I would in the NBA. I would in the MLB. I would not in the NFL.
I support.
I believe in one just.
I support women who's built their resume and who have showed their ability to do it. They should be able to get the job. Bottom line.
I do.
Bottom line.
I concur with you.
Yeah.
I definitely concur with you.
Whether you strapped up or not, whether you played the sport or not.
Yep.
You know what?
You paid your dues.
You paid your dues. Nobody said, you know, when you touched that clipboard that you was gonna be a head coach in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? It might take you 20 years.
Within
the next 2 years.
So let me ask you. Randy watches a lot of porn, right?
Absolutely.
Touches himself all the time. Does that make him a porn star?
Love yourself
Wait a
first.
minute. What you talking about?
Who gonna love you if you don't love yourself, sir?
Okay. That's what you do.
Listen.
Next episode, green sheet, green screen right there.
Nah, y'all won't even be here the next episode.
You're gonna be green screen with a trained monkey. You're gonna be one of those that beat the drums like this.
Y'all won't even be here. Gerard, what time is the auditions for my co-hosts coming? Because these guys are out of here. Out of here. Later.